Hello, Dr. Daniel. My name is Tan Jun Xian, and I will share about the introduction, problem statement, objective, and the conclusion for our project. So, metallurgy is the science and technology of metals and alloys. Stainless steel, a unique alloy of iron, chromium, and other elements, is an example of how metallurgical breakthroughs have enabled innovation. Metallurgy database is a consolidated repository for vital information regarding metals and alloys, allowing researchers, engineers, and scientists to enhance material selection and innovation. A powerful, detailed, and user-friendly metallurgical database may bridge this gap, allowing users to make educated decisions, increase product safety, and drive industry innovation, ensuring the materials such as stainless steel continue to improve our daily life. The problem statement for our project is the need for information on stainless steel, low accessibility of existing database, limited comprehensive resources, and the support for researchers and industry professionals. The objective of our project is to identify the name of an unknown stainless steel and calculate the weight of each element in an unknown stainless steel and identify the properties of the stainless steel.
Good afternoon, Doctor. My name is Lim Mingjing, one of the member of Group 3 Victory Builder. Today, I would like to present about our Form 1, which is login page. First of all, we have view 1, image box, and 3 label and 2 text box, and also 3 comment button. For the label, it is used beside the text box to make a user understand what is to be entered into the text box. It cannot be changed during runtime. 3 labels are used in this form, with caption, welcome, username, and password. For the text box, it is allowed entering text on a form during runtime. In this form, the user must key in the Victory Builder into the text box of username and key in the group 3 with small letter as password into the text box so that they can move on to form 2. For the comment button, it performs a task when the user clicks on the button. It can be used to start, interrupt, or end a process. When the user key in Victory Builder as their username and group 3 with small letter as their password, then they click the login command button. It will appear a message box which shows login successfully. Then it will proceed to form 2. When the user key in their password and username is wrong, and then they click the login command button, it will appear a message box which is wrong username or password, and will not proceed to form 2 and will stay in form 1. Furthermore, when the user click the reset button, the text box of username and passwords will be blank. When the user click the exit button, the form will be closed. The image box allows to place the image and will show on the form. The image in the form is as our logo with the name short form of Victory Builder, which is VB. This is my presentation part. Thank you.
Hello Doctor, my name is Mimi Martia binti Jamilun and I'm going to continue the presentation with description, coding and justification in Form 1.
My name is Nurkarin Maisara binti Nazmisha. I will continue about the coding for the image. The component in the coding is 101, the resource ID of the image in the resource file. In our case, this ID corresponds to a bitmap of the VB logo. 102, the resource ID corresponding to the background image of the form. We use VB6 resource tool to embed our logo VB and background in our form. The resource editor in VB6 is a tool used to embed various types of resources, such as image, icon, string, and other files directly to the Visual Basic application. Private sub-form load used to initialize properties, load resources, or perform any setup task for the form before it is displayed to the user. Load res picture, a built-in function in Visual Basic that loads a picture resource embedded in the application. VB-res bitmap, a constant specifying the type of resource being loaded. It indicates that the resource is a bitmap image.
The first coding for command button exit, the private sub ensures that command exit can only be used by codes within the module. Click event means that command exit will be activated by clicking the command button. The end statement is typically used to terminate the execution of a program or module, and sub is used to end the execution of statements in procedure. When the exit button is clicked, it terminates immediately. And then the next explanation for command button login. The private sub ensures that command login can only be used by codes within the module. Dim statement is used at the module or procedure level to declare the data type of a variable. String is a sequence of characters enclosed within double quotation marks. It's a fundamental data type used to store and manipulate text-based information. Dim username as string is to store text-based information in the username variable. Dim password as string is to store text-based information in the password variable. Click event means command login will be activated by clicking the command button. If then statement is used to cause certain action when certain conditions are fulfilled. Message box is a message which displays a message optical icon and selected set of command buttons when the user will need to respond by clicking a button. Else statement is evaluated if the condition is false, and if is used to close the end statement, and end sub is used to end the execution of statements in procedure.
This code is to blank out the two text boxes when the reset button is clicked. Private sub ensure that command reset can only be used by codes within the module, and sub is used to end the execution of statements in the procedure.
My name is Liu Xun Song and I'm from Material Engineering. So now I will continue the presentation by explaining the Form 2 interface. As we can see on the slide, Form 2 interface contains a lot of combo box in the material column and also the composition value column. This allows the users to select their materials and also the composition value of the materials. After the selection, they can click on the next button to get the name of the stainless steel. They can also find out the weight of each material by enter the total of samples in the text box provided and click on the calculate button. In Form 2, we use a lot of label and a text box. The label we use is named with captions, materials, composition value, weight, and also total of samples. Label is usually used beside the text box to make a user understand what is to be entered into the text box. The text box that we use is named as txt gram. This text box allows the users to enter the total of samples so that the weight of each material can calculate with the formula shown below. Besides, combo box and command button also used in the Form 2. Combo box allows users to select an option from a drop-down menu list. In this form, combo box is used for the users to select material and composition value that they want to determine the type of stainless steel. We prepare two command buttons in Form 2, which is next button and calculate button. When the users click on the calculate button, the weight for each materials will be calculated based on the formula. When the users click on the next button, Form 2 will be hidden and the user will get the name of the stainless steel and others information from the Form 3 that is displayed.
My name is Li Jiayi. Now I will continue the part description, coding and justification in Form 2. This is the coding involved in the material combo box, which name as M1 to M5 to let user choose material. Next, this is the coding involved for composition value combo box, which name as V1 to V5 so the user can select the composition value based on each material.
Hello Dr. Daniel, my name is Ong Shun. In the Form 2, we uses two types of combo box. The first one is element selection combo box from M1 to M5. These combo box are used to select the names of chemical elements such as carbon, chromium, nickel, phosphorus, and manganese. The second type is value combo box categorized from V1 to V5 are used to input or select the percentage of the corresponding element chosen in the element combo box. The purpose of the combo box are allow the user to define the specific chemical composition of the stainless steel. So the code can check the selected elements and their values to match them with predefined categories of stainless steel such as the 5 types of stainless steel shown below.
In this slide, this is the coding involved in the calculate command button. In this part, while function, message box, format function, and if then else statement are used. Private sub indicate that sub procedure is accessible only to other procedure in the module when it is declared. Click event means that calculate command button will be activated when user click it. While function return a number contained in the string as numeric value of appropriate type. If then statement is used to cause certain action when certain conditions are fulfilled. Else statement is evaluate if condition is false. If value of total gram of sample that insert by user is less than or equal to 0, a message box will appear with word please enter a valid value. Message box display a message in a dialog box. Wait for user to click a button. Caption property is a descriptive text that appears on an object to identify or describe it. Format function returns a variant containing an expression format according to instruction contained in the format expression. It ensures the result is displayed with 2 decimal places. If value of total gram of sample that inserted by user is greater than 0, the value of weight for each material will be calculated according to formula above and result will show in the weight label box. However, the total calculated weight of the 5 selected material will not match the sample total weight inserted by user because 5 compositions selected are enough to distinguish the 5 types of stainless steel. The remaining weight account for other elements not included in the element combo box. And if it's required to end a block, if then else statement end sub is used to end the execution of statement in the procedure.
In this slide and the next slide are the coding part. In the command next button we will use in the Form 2. So we use 5 types of the result will form in the Form 3, which are authentic stainless steel 304, parasitic stainless steel, magnetic stainless steel, duplex stainless steel, and PH stainless steel. For the explanation part in Form 2, private sub is used to ensure that command next button can only be used by codes within the module. Click event is to make sure that the command next button will be activated by clicking the button. We also use a nested decision-making structure. It is like if statement followed by one or more else statement that consists of Boolean expressions and followed by a default else statement, which executes when all the conditions become false. We also use the caption property. It is a descriptive text that appears that on an object to identify or describe it. Message box is an element to display a message in a dialog box, waits for the user to click a button, and returns to an integer indicating which button the user clicked. And if is used to close the end statement. End sub is element to end the execution statements in procedure. If the combinations matches correctly, it will form the result in a form tree. And then if the combinations does not match any types, a message box will display a message with please refer to the report that has been prepared and keeps, so that the user must key in the data correctly based on the report we have been prepared. This is a table information of 5 types of stainless steel we'll use in Form 2 with its material and its corresponding composition value.
Hello, Dr. Dinul Shafiq. My name is Maxwell Anak Bartolomeo, and I am one of the members from Group 3 Victory Builder, and I am in charge for the labeling for Form 3.
For Form 3, there are labels and comments. For labels, it shows the data according to type of stainless steel, and it cannot be charged during runtime. And there, the labels that caption are used is result, temperature, yield strength, tensile strength, and elastic modulus. However, the empty ones are used to show the data types of the stainless steel and the result from the previous form. And it also shows the type of stainless steel after the user key in the composition in the previous form. And for command, the command buttons perform a task when the user clicks on the button. User can also get the information of temperature, yield strength, tensile strength, and elastic modulus of the result when the user clicks the generate command button. And when the back button is clicked, Form 3 is hidden from the user while Form 2 is displayed. And when exit command button is clicked, the whole system is closed.
Hello, Dr. Daniel. I'm Vunit Chuan, and I will continue for the description, coding, and justification in Form 3. Similar to the previous form, this code is used to load our picture, our background. Load res picture load the image with the resource ID 102 from the resource file. VB res bitmap specifies that the resource is a bitmap image, BMP. Next, for this part of coding, it is designed for 2 command buttons, which is back and exit. When the user clicks the command button back, it will run form2.show, which means that form2 will be displayed after the command back is clicked. Next, when the user clicks the exit button, it will run end, which immediately stops program execution or exit the procedure. Next, when the user clicks the command button generate, if the caption of the label result source austenitic stainless steel 304, then the following data will be used and displayed in the table. If the result is ferritic stainless steel, then the following data will be used. This is the data for martensitic stainless steel. That's all from me. Thank you.
Salam sejahtera Doctor, I'm Tan Singh. So I will continue with the presentation. So if the result is duplex stainless steels and all these temperature, yield strength, tensile strength, lattice modulus value will come out. If the result is pH stainless steel and all these data will come out in the labels. Plot in this form show that the result, which is the name of the stainless steel and its properties such as yield strength, tensile strength, and elastic modulus. And then the private sub define the command generate click accessible only within its module. And then the click event means that the general command will only be activated when the user click it. And then last, the caption means that the text will be placed on the label. For example, the label temperature caption is equal to 100, then 100 will be placed on the temperature labels. In this part, if then else function is used, there will be only 5 results shown in the result label. As we know, different stainless steel have different values of yield strength, tensile strength, and elastic modulus. So the if then else function help us to show different value properties corresponding to each stainless steel.
In conclusion, our project has fulfills its purpose as a comprehensive tool for managing and analyzing information related to stainless steel grades and properties, and enabling users to retrieve and update critical metallurgical information seamlessly. This project highlights the potential of tailored software solutions in streamlining material selection and decision-making process in the field of metallurgy.